We rise together. So we rise together, and I shared this in another video, just in being able to share each other. So it feels like on this planet that there is a huge need for healers to come together, and also to be able to find who they're looking for. So with We Rise Together, what I am doing is just calling people forward who are very gifted, and with that, being able to have them share their light and their services and who they are with the world. So I'm really excited. So today we have Deborah Rozelle. Hello, darling. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
So good to see you. So good to see you. I just love being in your energy, and I hope that others are feeling this. And I can't see like the audience right now, but hey, we're here. And just feel into Deborah. It's just absolutely incredible to be in your energy. And I know you're going to share how we met and what services you've been able to take with me. I just feel I always get giddy in your energy. There's always just a fun giddiness to your energy, and I can always feel the depth of your healing. And so I just want to reflect that to you. And I won't go any further. There's more I want to share, but I'll have you share yourself, and then, yeah, how we met, services, go for it.
All right. So Heather asked me what I wanted to have, under my name, or what my title would be. And I'm like, I don't know, because that's honestly my biggest struggle is, what do I call myself? Because what I do is just a myriad of things, because I am a nurse. I practice Western medicine. I always say practice Western medicine 1 week, and the next week I am your wacky hippie aunt who just pulls anything out of my toolbox. And I came to Heather because I knew that I was blessed. I like to call it blessed or gifted, because it's nothing I asked for, but Spirit freely gave me the ability to use my hands for healing. And so I had this, I was born with this. I knew I had it my whole life, but I did not know what to do with it. And so I ended up going back and learning specialized kinesiology and touch for health and all of these different modalities. And I kind of went into the Reiki way, because I just kept hearing Reiki. And a couple of different people said, you really need to meet up with this woman named Heather, and you guys are really gonna click. So I took Heather's Reiki masterclass, and as she said, she enjoys being in my energy. I so love being in her energy. We walked in and it felt like it was a ginormous bubble around us, like, hello, old friend. I don't know if you felt it, but I sure did.
I did.
It was amazing and comforting. From there, I joined VIP because I was lacking a community of like-minded people, and I knew I needed more, and to not feel like I was the big weirdo. So I joined VIP and found a lot of people that, are just like me, who want the world to be a better place through healing, and the healing begins within ourselves. And so as we heal ourselves, we're able to heal the world. And that's amazing that you brought that community together for us. And then I ended up going to the epic retreat in Sedona, which was just it was like a roundabout way for me to get there. But I followed Spirit's calling. Wasn't sure if that was really what I was supposed to be doing, because the only thing I never called myself was psychic or medium. And what I found out from Heather is I really am a psychic and a medium.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful. I'm glad you're bringing this forward. Thank you. And I feel it, and I hope it's okay for me to interject. It's just that,
absolutely.
As soon as you walked in for the Reiki class, I felt you. And so there was this collective light that we were both holding, and also just your expansiveness and how truly talented and gifted you are. It's on so many levels. It honestly blows my mind. So yeah, I felt that right away.
Mhm.
and love having you in VIP and on the Wednesday Night Lives. It's like as soon as you come in, I'm like, Deborah, what's up? You know, so I just feel this, yeah, exactly. What's up? And just this kinship, you know, and
Uh-huh.
your authenticity. Like I love how real you are. Like this is who I am. This is who I am, you know.
All day, every day. Because if I have to pretend to be someone else, I spend a lot of years trying to fit different molds. And I laugh because I may show up one day dressed up like a cowgirl. I may show up the next day dressed like a hippie, and the next day I look like a jack. Those are fun ways to change and show different parts of your personality. But if I don't show up as myself every single day, you don't know what you're getting. And I just want people to know what they're getting from me. That,
Mm.
I've got the mentality of a 7-year, like a 7th grade boy. Most of the time, my humor is right there in the toilet, in the gutter. But my heart is huge, and just, so much love for so many people. But my tolerance for, pardon my French, but bullshit's so low. And
Yeah.
I know it. So I always say the people, I don't do a ton of advertising for my business. But I would say the people that are supposed to come to me, they find me and they know what I'm going to do, because, I do hypnotherapy, and I do, like the aches and pains. You come to me, I'm like, I can fix an ache and pain, easy peasy, all day long.
Yeah.
But if you want to dig in and get real and heal the stuff that's really keeping you back from the highest level that you're supposed to be, because I'll see it in you and encourage you to get there, but I'm not going to take excuses. And so I'm like, I'm kind and loving, but my energy is definitely more teacher energy.
There you go. There you go. And I love that you say that. So just to get people caught up, like in VIP or in mediumship, we talk about teacher energy or angel energy, you know? And so Deborah has that teacher energy, which I so appreciate. I feel like it's so helpful, and it's good for you to just get right in. This is what it is. XYZ. Let's get there. Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that I lack compassion, because I'm a nurse, so obviously
Mm-hmm.
I have compassion and empathy. But you know I, I just think the lies that we tell ourselves can be so strong that it changes who we are. And I want to be real, and I want you to be real. And
Yeah.
sometimes that's saying I got a big old character defect, and a character defect is nothing but an overused tool. Like determination becomes stubbornness. We just
Yeah.
need to balance. I guess that's my big thing, is authenticity and balance. If we balance, we're good.
Yeah, I love that. And true, I mean, true. To those of you who are watching, with Deborah at the Epic Sedona retreat, you showed up however you need to show up that day. And you're absolutely right that it was like maybe a different outfit or totally different person altogether. And I just feel like with that, you were always authentically yourself. Always.
Yeah,
Hmm.
right. Because
Hmm.
I don't think we are one dimensional. So, to say, well, this is my only manifestation is probably not accurate. But the consistency, a good friend told me one time when I was like, because I spent a lot of my years screwing up. Like I'd say I didn't know
We
what I
all.
wanted to do when I grew up, and definitely a good person wasn't one of them. And I spent so many years screwing up, and I'm like, I want people to know the real me, and they just said consistency. So if I'm consistently me, you figure it out in the end. But I think I'm thinking back to the Sedona retreat, and if it's okay for me to share a little bit about
Please.
you.
Oh, okay.
um
Okay. Go for it.
so Heather, we would share, and it was a small group, which was so wonderful because it allowed us to develop this family. It was like a sense of family. And Heather kept saying, I don't know why Spirit wants me to share this. I don't know this. I don't know that. And I would, and perhaps I'm incorrect in feeling this, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I don't think so. It was a healing retreat for all of us, that we all were in it together, and just so vulnerable and wonderful. And it made the experience, like, I'm still glowing weeks later. Just weeks later, I'm like, thank you for everything that you did for all of us. And
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I feel that. Thank you. I feel that in my heart. And thank you for bringing that forward. And I'm humble. So I'm hearing this. I'm like, oh, whoa, wow, oh, cool. Yeah. Right.
Well,
And
and
I thank you. Go ahead.
you saying that about being humble. I being asked to do this, I was thinking, oh my gosh, because I am the kind of person where, I'll see someone hurting and I'm like, hi, can I help you? And I'll walk up and I don't tell them when I'm, and if they say yes, I'm like, I go right in. I'm always giving my services away for free, just, way, way oversharing. But I have such a hard time talking about it or owning it. And in Sedona, you really encouraged me um, to own it and say, these are my gifts. And this is the first time that I'm doing it very publicly, like, oh, hi, I'm Deb, I can do this. And it feels so awkward. So if anyone thinks, oh my God, this one's so full of herself, well, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to say it without.
This is beautiful. This is
I-
beautiful. We get to see it. We get to see you. Yeah. You're doing great. You're doing great. Well, and I appreciate that as well. A few different things that are coming to mind, just you being authentically yourself. And with that, I think one day it was just so sweet. You were saying some really sweet things. And then you were talking about like certain things and you're like, I don't give a rat's ass. And I was like, no, that's my girl.
My name.
Boom.
Yeah. Because, with a name like Deborah, everyone's always like, what should I call you? And honestly, I hated the name Deborah growing up. I thought, what an old fashioned name, and I went by Debbie. And then as an adult, introduced myself as Debbie. And I had this woman whose name was Deborah tell me, well, aren't you childish still going by this? And I really internalized that. And so I started going by Deb because of what someone said to me and how I felt about, like I took that on so hard. And now I love the name Deborah because for those that have a Christian background, Deborah was a prophetess. And I never really thought of my giftings as being psychic or mediumship because I always just had that knowing. And so what I share with people comes across more as wisdom or prophecy. So I always thought, geez, my parents knew what they were doing. They named me the right name because, if I had thinking in biblical times, what would I be called? I'm like, well, A, a witch, and B, a prophet. So, it
Sure.
fit. But I just think, oh, what do you feel comfortable calling me? Because I don't give a rat's ass what you call me,
That's exactly it.
and that's how it comes out. It's like, I don't know, call me Deb, Debbie, Deborah. I don't give a shit.
All right, right. And this is what I love, and I hope people are seeing this, is how real you are and how refreshing it is. And I appreciate you sharing that too. Yes, in opening the Sedona retreat, I was very vulnerable. I shared a lot about myself. So come to the retreat so you can find out more. And with that, it felt right to do that, because then with that vulnerability, others were able to be vulnerable in themselves. And I feel too, like with your healing, I was able to receive it firsthand. I was having a hard time after, those of you who've been following me for a while, I have a lot of diagnoses for my GI tract. And so with that, I just remember after eating dinner, we all went out to a restaurant and I was like, Deb, can you? And even before you put hands on, it was like, I felt it and it was instantaneous. And I was just like, thank you. And to feel something that instantaneous, I just feel like, it has been gifted to you. I mean, it only makes sense that your hands are meant to heal on this planet. So I love this. And some of the other, questions I had asked you to look over before, we got together, just looking at what aspects that you have been able to take in from what you've learned from some of our services together. What do you incorporate either into your daily life or into your business? What are some aspects there?
Well, obviously, like, we've talked about the hands they're a God-given thing, but in actually taking Reiki, I am able to direct it better because you were able to teach me symbols or like the psychic surgery. I knew how to do certain things just inherently, but to stop and go, okay, I can do this and maybe even cut down what I need to do by 50%. So let's say something that maybe took me a 20-minute service on somebody, is maybe 5 minutes now. And I can just knock that out and go, all right, what else do you want? And that was amazing. And I would say, like, from the retreat, it's remembering to be kind to myself every day, and I'll give myself my own services, because we talked so much about these things, and it's like I was so willing to give it away and give it to everyone else, but never to myself, and never really think about how it affected every single day. So something that you taught me was about putting Reiki into my feet, so that everywhere I go, I'm spreading Reiki.
Awesome. And it's true. So for those of you getting into Deborah's energy, you're going to feel that. I'm sure you can feel it through the screen. You're also going to feel that as in person. So absolutely.
I
Feel
it. Shoot from the heart space.
I love that. Well, and I'd love to hear more with your business. And also I had also inquired, looking at your life mission or your goal for your business. So can you share more about your business and what your life mission goal is?
Okay. Well, I was going to go and actually look at my website and read the generic canned whatever I wrote down on there. But it felt more natural to just say, so Dream Living Wellness is my business. And to me, it's ever evolving, because what it started as was just straight hypnosis. And then I did hypnosis and past life regression. And then I started doing hypnosis and infusing it with Reiki as I was doing it. And it's just an ever evolving animal. I mean, it's an animal, because I don't know what it's going to do day to day. One week I'm incredibly busy. This week I only booked one client but Spirit always takes care of it, because I was really busy helping with something else. But my goal for my business is, I love being a nurse, but I love being a healer more than that, because I don't, I understand the symbiotic relationship between Eastern and Western medicine and the need for both, but I want to practice more of the holistic arts much more, because I see those as changing people's lives profoundly. Where in this Western medicine model that I work in, it's so politicized, and my hands are tied to even what I can say and do to my patients who could benefit from the services that I could provide. Mm-hmm. So my goal is to, flip it around, so that I'm working my own business much, much more, but I don't ever see myself leaving nursing completely, because I love those little people that I take care of.
Yes. And they love you too. Like, I can feel that. And I feel too that wherever you're going, just like you said, putting Reiki in your feet, wherever you're going, you're shedding that light. Wherever you're going, you're healing, Mm-hmm. And so with that, even if people are perhaps caught in the system, you're able to be there for them. If there are people that are able to come to you in a different mode, you're able to be there for them, whatever mode they're coming to you for.
Yeah. So, when I say, I don't think I'll ever leave it, I just want universe, please understand, I'm talking like 1 or 2 days a month.
Let's negotiate here. Yeah, I love that. Well, I'd love to hear also just how people can get in touch with you.
So I do have a website. I finally grew up and built one. It's www.dreamliving.com. I'm also on Facebook. My personal page, Deborah Rozelle, you can reach me that way. Or I also have a business page, Dream Living Wellness. I'm located in Wisconsin, but I do meet with clients over Zoom, video chatting. And, as Heather said, I can do distance pretty well. So, if you can shoot me a text message. So those are just a few of the different ways to reach out to me.
Beautiful. And please reach out. Like I'm just talking to the audience at this point. I'm just feeling like, please, those of you watching on the replay or wherever you are, please reach out to Deborah. She has incredible talents, incredible gifts, and it's so multifaceted. I think that's when I first met you at the Reiki Masterclass. I could feel like it was so multifaceted in so many modalities. And so you get a lot. You get a lot of bang for your buck with Deborah. So I feel like you get a lot. You get a
Thank
lot.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I always say, you show up and I'll have somebody book and I'm like, I'll give you whatever you ask for. But I really like to say, hey, let's ask spirit what you need. And, so you might get a little bit of everything, but I've never had anyone leave without a smile.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I feel like with that smile, it's because they feel better. They feel lighter. They feel healed. They feel you were able to, move something or create something. And so I feel with that smile means the world,
Hope.
Mhm.
It's hope. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely what I felt after you had done your work on me at the retreat. It was so fast, and I feel like, sometimes people will say with me, well, you're a psychic, you're a medium, you should know these things like da, da, da. And I feel like spirit wants us to be in connection in a relationship. And so sometimes our eyes are wide open. And as you were healing me, I was just feeling instantaneous goodness, instantaneous hope, and a smile on my face. So yeah, awesome. Well, thank you, Deborah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
just really love being in your energy. And yeah, and just reach out. I'm just sharing this with anybody who's watching. Please reach out to Deborah. She's incredible. So awesome.
Thank
My
you.
hands are like steamy hot. I don't know if yours are, but I'm like,
Sweaty.
I love it. Well, have a wonderful night, and you
too.
take care. Okay, good to
Okay.
see you.
Okay.
All right,
Good to see you.
bye,
Bye.
Deborah.